Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I am Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is running. If anybody follow me on Twitter or Facebook and you've kind of seen, or my Runkeeper, you've seen that I've really cranked it up this year a lot. Now I've been a runner. I've done a couple blogs about my progress in running. So this is another step this is another step forward. So it's September now, September 25th. September 23rd, I ran a 12-mile race, the Rosa Gap roller coaster race, which is one of the most grueling, hardest races here in the Hudson Valley. In fact, there's a series of 4 or 5 races that are extremely difficult, and they're mountain challenges. And if you run all 5 of them, you get what's called King of the Mountain Trophy, which is this huge trophy saying, hey, I did all 5 races. And Justin, my son, who's 10, is the youngest person to ever do it, and him and I both got trophies this last weekend after we finished the Rosa Gap roller coaster race. But I want to talk about my progress running. So I was doing a lot of miles this summer. You know, back in the beginning of April, you know, I heard Gary Null, N-U-L-L, Gary Null, say the best way to do a running program is don't train for a marathon. You know, is just do 5 days a week, 6 miles, 30 miles is the most optimal for your health. That's, he said, it will extend your life expectancy by 15 years and get rid of excess body fat and high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He said that particular formula he has found out to be the very best formula in running. It'll all change your life. I said, okay, that's easy, no marathon, because when you train for, a lot of people train for a marathon, they run the marathon, and they never run again. Or they cut way, way back, and it's just like running's now secondary because they've reached in their life, because now they've achieved that big milestone of running a marathon. Or they get injured on the way to the marathon and get discouraged, or they get to the marathon and they just can't do it because they're not properly trained, and then they just like give up on running. I've seen this with a lot of people. A lot of people say, I used to be a marathon runner. I ran this marathon, I ran that marathon, I just didn't run anywhere at any time after that. And I see their health now, and it's just like, ouch. You know, so Gary Null was like, this is the best program to maintain throughout the course of your life. So I tried it. And I became instantly addicted. And I was like, wow. But at the same time, I altered my diet to 80-10-10. Dr. Douglas Graham, the high carb, low protein, low fat diet, 80% carbs, 10% fat, 10% protein. Protein is in everything. I mean, literally, bananas, corn, apples, I mean, all this kind of stuff. Broccoli has more than enough protein than you need. So the World Health Organization says you need only 5% of your caloric intake to be protein, which is a very small amount compared to what we normally get here in America or globally. So the 80-10-10 is like right on line with the World Health Organization. In fact, they should about double the percentage of caloric intake of protein. So, you know, I'm a vegetarian vegan, really, especially since I read the book and I was like, wow, this is great. So in combining doing all this training and all my diet, you know, I run a lot of races. I run a good amount of races a year. So as I've progressed from April to now, it's funny because April, May, I was like hitting it hard. June, when I did a major 10K race in the area here in June, I was like behind a couple like really good runners. I was like, wow, I've never seen these guys in the pack before because I've always been so back. It's just like, wow, all my hard work is paying off. So I haven't really run a race. I didn't run a race in all of July, or in August I ran Run Race, which was a relay race, which only, I don't know, maybe 100 people did. It was a 100K relay race. So I wasn't really with a pack of people. But this last weekend, Sunday, I did the Rosa Gap roller coaster. Now, those people that were ahead of me by a minute or 2 minutes that I saw at certain points in the race were now like, this is a 12-mile race. At mile 6, I'm like, hey, how's it going, as I'm passing the one guy. And I was like, this is really cool. I'm passing one of like these so-called like more elite runners, one of these, you know, really good runners. So I was like, that's cool. So 2 miles down the road, I catch up with another guy. I'm like, hey, how's it going? He's like, good run, Marcus. Go past him. It turns out when I finished, I was like, I did this race in 1 hour and 31 minutes, which was 17 minutes off of, I shaved 17 minutes off of my best time on the course. 17 minutes on a 12-mile race. That was insane. And the first 4 miles as I was running down the canal bed, I was with a group of people. I was like, man, I really want to break through. I really want to bust through. I really want to go. And we were all talking, conversing, and having a nice not leisurely pace. It was under 8 minutes a mile, and we're getting ready to do the mountain after that. Mile 5 and 6 is a huge mountain. So I'm like, man, do I break away from these people? Because they're a little slow for me right now. But so let me just stick here. I can make it up. I can make time up later. So when I got to the top of the mountain, it was just like, it was like I was being pushed forward. I had so much energy, and I was like, whoa, this is great. And that's where I started passing people. I was like, wow. It turns out I missed first place in my age group, which is 35 to 39. I missed first place by literally not even a minute. I was running with the guy the whole time. In fact, at one point for 2-3 miles, I was ahead of the guy who I didn't realize he was in my age group. But on the downhill, this guy just smoked it. And I was cruising on the downhill too. I passed a lot of people. This guy's really strong point was the downhill. And he came from New York City to run the race. And I realized afterwards I just missed first place in my age group on a major race like this. It's huge. It's huge. But I got the King of the Mountain trophy. My son got the King of the Mountain trophy. And I've been running the mountain all week here in Ellenville. We have a nice mountain, the Shawangunk Mountains here. After my race, the 12-mile race on Sunday, Monday, I ran 8 miles and ran up the mountain. Last week, 3 days, I ran up the mountain. So between training extra hard and my 80-10-10 diet, the results are phenomenal, phenomenal. Now, you know, I still have a little bit of weight to lose, so maybe 15 pounds, 20 pounds, still have some weight to lose, but it's coming off slowly, and it's really, really encouraging, just to see all the results. So, you know, you can't do anything overnight. You can't lose like 30 pounds overnight. It takes time, especially when you're losing fat and trying to burn fat. You know, it really takes time. And if you see a lot of success stories from people who do lose weight and keep the weight off, is the key, and keep the weight off. These people are all long term. It's not like, you know, a 30-day starvation diet, and because I've seen so many people go up and down, up and down, up and down. But I feel phenomenal. My running's phenomenal. I love my diet. It's so easy to follow. Even though I break it a lot because I own a restaurant and I go out a lot socially with friends, and so I break the diet a lot, but I still stick to vegan. Okay, still stick to vegan. I try to stick to low-fat vegan. But you know, but the majority of the time, 80-10-10. It's fruit and greens. It's awesome diet. So that's my running progress. I feel really good, and I can't wait to run these races next year and see the next crowd of people that I'm going to edge up on. Because the one lady, I was like, hey, I was 6 minutes behind you in this race, and you know, I'm gaining. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Go run, have a good time, go run, improve your health, enjoy the weather, get out there, feel the fresh breath, feel the fresh air. No matter where you are, running will change your life, I guarantee it. And I do have a video on people who think they can't run, who really can run. It's called my Born to Run video. Check that video out, because all of us can really run. Most of us can really run. So we're actually designed to run, we're born to run. So check that video out too, if you have any doubts about your running capabilities. Thank you for watching. If you like this, hit like, subscribe, pass it along, share it. Thank you very much for watching. Till next video.